So let's now look at how you need to live life with PPSR and selling vehicles to fleet and leasing companies. This slide is designed for you to understand what PPSR means, not necessarily to give you any advice on how you would handle it, but to give you the circumstance on what PPSR means to this part of your market. It's presented in a timeline basis, and as you can see, we're looking at what happens when and what the complications may or may not be for dealerships with the relationships with their fleet leasing companies. So the first line is when the vehicle would be on your floor plan or bailed. At time of recording, we're still not clear whether the lenders will be registering an interest on each individual car, which would be an administrative nightmare, or whether they will just be taking a fixed and floating or a general service agreement with the dealership. The vertical line is when you deliver the vehicle to the fleet lease customer, and the green is the novated lease. So let's lock some dates into this and cause you to think about the relationship and what you'll be doing with these fleet leasing companies. That's when the fleet leasing customer signs their novated lease. That's when, if the car is bailed individually, that's when that would need to be paid out. Obviously, that's after delivery. That's when the fleet leasing company traditionally pays you. They don't pay on delivery. And of course, what we're talking about here is protecting yourself, if you choose to, against the leasing companies, and making sure that because the car's gone out on terms, that you have the maximum protection available under the PPS legislation. So, if you are going to register a PIMSI over the vehicle, because you are offering the fleet leasing company's trading terms, you would register that PIMSI on delivery to their customer and remove it when they pay you. Of course, the leasing company wants to register and protect themselves from the moment the novated lease is signed, so therefore they have an interest, they have protected themselves with an interest on the vehicle before you have. That means the dealership ranks second. So obviously the grey area for dealerships with the fleet leasing companies is who is going to register first and why. Both dealers and fleet leasing companies have the right to protect themselves, the fleet leasing company against the person they lease to, and the dealership because they're offering trading terms. So, some points to consider. Obviously complying with your bailment requirements, having a look at when you register and what you don't, and of course you must remember that the fleet leasing company need a VIN to register, and you get the VIN first. So therefore you do have the first opportunity to register. This discussion needs to be held with your fleet leasing customers, and we strongly recommend that you have a clear policy with all your fleet department people to make sure that they're not signing agreements that sign away the rights for you as a dealership to protect yourself when you offer fleet leasing companies trading terms.